Subscribe to my channel Imam Salik.
Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah amma ba'd. My respected brothers, sisters, honorable elders, as I mentioned yesterday that we will mention the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam and those lessons that we can learn from his life. Ibrahim alayhi salam by himself, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praised him many times in the Quran. And he is an example not just for Muslims, for all the religions of the world, because he is the foundation and base. And all the chains of the forefathers of all the prophets, they are joined and connected with Ibrahim alayhi salam. The first lesson we learned yesterday was that Ibrahim alayhi salam was asking the questions and searching for the righteousness, for the piousness, for the guided and the right point. And today, the lesson that we learn from the life of Ibrahim alayhi salam, that there is no place for racism in humanity, no place for discrimination, and there is no racism in the humanity, in the human race. How we can learn it from Ibrahim alayhi salam? Do we know who was the second wife of Ibrahim alayhi salam? The mother of Ismail alayhi salam, one of the grandfathers of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Two sides, biblical side, Islamic side. Both sides, they say that Hajar, this is an Arabic name, and some people they call Hajira, but the name is Hajar. She was a reverted Muslim. She was not born Muslim. She was in one riwayah that she was the slave of the king of Egypt, and the other riwayah that she was the daughter, the princess of Egypt, the daughter of the king of Egypt. And she was an African woman. She, subhanallah, so Ismail alayhi salam is born to an African reverted woman. Hajar alayhi salam from Africa, reverted to Islam. So what it tells us, Ibrahim alayhi salam gave us a lesson that look, the roots of Islam and the roots of other religions, they start, and look at the legacy of Hajar alayhi salam, that how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted her sacrifice and Allah granted her the elevation in the world till Qiyamah, that she ran for the water between Safa and Marwa, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it a ritual for Hajj and Umrah. If you go for Umrah and you do not run between Safa and Marwa, your Umrah is not completed. And if you go for Hajj and you do not run between Safa and Marwa during your Hajj is not completed. Where it started from, as-sa'i bayna Safa wal Marwa. And then you read, you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is one riwayah that whoever asks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala during the sa'i, Allah accepts that dua. Allah accepts that dua. Why? Because Hajar alayha salam, she was running between Safa and Marwa, and the story started from Africa, and the story started from reverting towards Islam, or reverting towards the religion of Ibrahim alayhi salam, or reverted towards the oneness of the God, oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So my brothers, it gives us a lesson that all human beings, regardless of their skin color, regardless of their backgrounds, regardless of their ethnicity, regardless of whatever, whosoever and wheresoever they live in, they all are human beings. Akramakum indallahi atqakum. This is just one thing, that the more pious and the more righteous to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, more regarded to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, more closer and honorable in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who is more righteous and more pious. There is no discrimination, there is no racism, even in the roots of all the religions. And if we talk about Islam, who was Bilal, who was Salman, where they came from. And Bilal radiallahu anh, the first person in the history of Islam who climbed on the roof of Kaaba, the first person who called azan, the first person chosen by Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam to become the first muaddin of Islam. He was a slave, son of a slave, and from Habasha, Abyssinia. And he was being sold in the markets. But Islam gave respect and Islam gave honor on the base of piety and righteousness. Not on the skin color, not on the bank balance, not on the degrees, not on the status, not on the materialism of this world. Just based on the piousness and crystalness of the heart, Islam gives you respect and honor. So let us learn this lesson from Ibrahim alayhi salam and Hajar alayhi salam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us understanding, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us ability, inshaAllah.